All right, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the Mfren podcast. I know it's been quite a while since I've done one of these, but I figured I'd just kind of do this to like recap what's been going on the past month, because I feel like I haven't really done like a day in the life video in like quite a while. Like it's mostly just been car stuff in August, and I did that one gaming video the other day for Madden. But yeah, no, it's just been quite a while since I've done one of these, so I figured I should update you what's been going on or that you haven't seen throughout videos and stuff. So I'll tease into what's going on this weekend, and then I'll do a recap of what happened the past like couple weeks or so. So for starters, well, tonight is it's Friday, August. It's Friday, September 23rd. Right now, it's almost noon. So I have the Niagara Predators' first home opener game tonight at 7 p.m. against Northumberland Stars. So everything all set up for that. I just got to do a couple like game notes about stuff I want to talk about and highlight for tonight's game. The roster sheets are pretty much all set and ready to go. I mean, they might make a last minute change here and there, but I'll probably just finalize with the coach about or like who's scratching in their starting five, obviously. But yeah, so that'll be good to get that going in motion, because I went to their practice on Wednesday night actually, and they had I met some of the guys. They got like 4 returning players from last year, because all the other guys were overagers or just either stopped playing hockey after that or just went on to do other things. So I was meeting some of the guys, and then they have 2 new trainers and a new equipment manager and everything, and a full-time head coach now. And they lost their first game 2-1 this past Sunday against St. George. So I guess we'll see if they can recreate their success they had last year, because I know they have a short roster right now, but I know they'll probably have some. They're still waiting for like 2 guys from overseas to come over for the team, so they'll probably join them in the next like few weeks or so. So that'll be going on tonight at 7. Then on Saturday, tomorrow, my girlfriend and her family, they're having a golf tournament up in Burlington. I've never been to this course before. I've only been golfing with them once up in Oakville back in like near the end of June, I think it was. And so it's like with them, their family, and like a bunch of their friends and stuff. So I think there's like 5 or 6 groups I think they got going on tomorrow. So me and Natalie are with 2 other people. I think we're teeing off at 11:15ish or so. So it should be a fun day. Hopefully it's not too cold, because actually like today when I went to the gym this morning, it was actually freezing cold. Like it says it's like 12 degrees out right now. I last checked. I mean, the sun is out, but it's just the wind chills just make everything so cold. And we're getting into October right now, so it's not going to be getting any more warmer out. I mean, we might have one of those few days in October, November, where it's like 20 plus degrees and it feels like it's summer all over again. But yeah, no, just the wind, because like it was so weird how like it just changed like instantly like that. Like on this past Saturday was like 30 degrees and like humid weather, and then like Sunday and Monday it rained a little bit, and then Tuesday and Wednesday got pretty cold again and stuff too. So I just noticed when I walked this morning, I looked at it's 10 degrees and I'm like, I can wear shorts and t-shirt to the gym. Like, oh, okay, not putting a sweatshirt on right now. So hopefully golf is not too cold tomorrow, hopefully, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So then after we're done golf, Natalie got us tickets to the movies for the Don't Worry Darling movie. It's with Harry Styles and Florence Pugh. When Natalie first showed me the trailer, it actually looked pretty good from like how the storyline was supposed to go. And I mean, she had already seen it with her mom, like, because they got like a bonus access week early thing or something for being like a Cineplex member. So she said it was pretty good, but she didn't want to spoil anything for me. But I guess some people were saying that it's got like mixed reviews or whatever. But I mean, again, that's what other people say. I mean, I could walk out of it and be like, oh, that was a really great movie, or I could be like, that was shit, I don't want to see that ever again. So that should be a pretty good time. And then Sunday, probably just watching the Bills put the smackdown on the Dolphins, and then hopefully make a parlay and see if it hits or something, because I haven't had a parlay in like such a long time. I think I haven't hit one since like I think beginning of August for like baseball and stuff, and I won like 600 off of the score bet. But it's always like those ones where it's like I miss it by like 2 or 3, and then it's like my parlay's fucked. So, or guys you expect to get points or touchdowns for you don't, and then like the off-brand guys like end up delivering. It's even like with my fantasy too. Like I'm in a football fantasy this year, and this week I'm versing my brother. He's 2-0. I'm 0-2. So I just need my guys to perform because I have AJ Brown, who was the wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, and Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Eagles, hasn't really he's thrown to him quite a bit, but not to get a touchdown. And touchdowns will get you points, obviously, and like the amount of receiving yards you have. But Jalen Hurts is like a Lamar Jackson, where he just likes to run the ball a lot. So and knowing this week, if I tend to, I bet you any money if I sit Jalen Hurts this week, because I think they're playing Washington this week, I think, because yeah, it's in their division. I'll probably, knowing my luck, I'd sit him, and then he'd get like 2 touchdowns or something. I'm like, oh well, there goes those points. And then I got Gabe Davis, and I have Matt Ryan's my quarterback, and I have Derek Carr. Actually, I think I'm sitting Matt Ryan this week because they're playing the Chiefs, and Matt Ryan has been shit the past 2 weeks, so I'm gonna get even I just got a fantasy football notification. Fantasy football analyst Dalton Del Don outlines his lineup advice for every game on the Week 3 slate. Okay, cool. So I picked up Jimmy Garoppolo because Jimmy G's been pretty good for the 49ers the past few years. I mean, took it to the Super Bowl like 2 years ago because Trey Lance suffered an ankle injury, so he's done for the season. So I figured why not get a quarterback that actually can perform. Fuck you, Matt Ryan. So hopefully I can beat my brother, because if I don't, then he's gonna have bragging rights for over me for like throughout the rest of the football season. And speaking of football, actually, I ordered a Bills jersey finally. Ordered a I don't even remember what the site I ordered off of, but it was got your boy Dawson Knox here, and I got in the Bills red color too as well and everything. Oh great, there's already a thread hanging from it, so I gotta snip that off after. But this thing's looking pretty sick. I got this the other day. It came in the mail. So now I have a Bills jersey to go along with my Sabres jersey collection, because I wanted to get Gabe Davis, but everyone always either has it in blue or white. And I feel like the whites do look clean, but I feel like I would just get dirty super quick. So I really wanted the red, because it's like their I don't know what they call it. It's like their color splash, like their color splash, like, or alternate jersey, I guess. But apparently they only wear them for like 2 games out of the season. I don't even know which games they're wearing them for this year. And speaking of games, I think me and my friends were thinking of going to Week 5 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Even though the Bills played them last year in Week 1, but again, it's like, well, it's going to be one of the only good games before it gets too cold out to go to games. So I think that Week 5, that'll be, let's check my calendar for a second. So 25th they play the Dolphins, then October 2nd they play the Ravens, then October 9th. Oh, is that the Thanksgiving Sunday? Okay, might have to miss my Thanksgiving dinner if that's happening, but we'll see. I know, as my friends from college have been talking about, so nothing's set in stone yet. But I guess if we go to the game, we do. If we don't, we don't this year. So it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I'd love to go to a Bills game for sure, because this is one of their better seasons they've been starting off with. Or I told my dad that if I hit bank off like a parlay or something, and if the Bills, knock on wood, if they make it to the Super Bowl, I will get us like a box at the Arizona Cardinals stadium where the Super Bowl is this year. So yeah, so hopefully that happens. Fingers crossed. And then prior to football fantasy and everything, I mentioned this in my when I was like doing the voiceover for my NFL gaming video, but my family saw Sebastian Maniscalco in at the I always forget what the Avalon Theater in at the casino. It was a really good time, actually. It was a lot of fun. He's hilarious in person and everything. And after watching him for so many years on his Netflix specials and YouTube shorts, it was great to see him live. And I wanted to, I was gonna like kind of film a vlog on it, but they were like very strict and like no cameras out during it. Like they actually almost um threatened to, like, there was like an usher there to like almost kick someone out because they wanted to try to take like a selfie or whatever. And I had to immediately tell, because I mean I could have like, you know, hid my camera, like I could just had to like here and stuff, like I could have just had to like filming like that or something. But then when the screen like lights up all light, it's kind of noticeable. But I mean, wasn't the end of the world anyways. But I was more enjoyed on his show rather than me filming it, obviously. So definitely would go see him again there, or even another. I mean, I actually wouldn't even mind going to a concert at the Avalon Theater too. It was actually a pretty nice place in there. Like we were sitting like on like the right balcony and everything. It was pretty sweet actually. And that was, I think it was like beginning of, it was like September 2nd, I think it was. It was like a Wednesday night or something. But that was no, it was September 1st. It was the Thursday night. Yeah, that was a lot of fun actually. And then what else? I mean, well, yeah, we had Storm the Falls V3 this past Sunday, which is again, like, I don't know why Niagara Cars and Coffee or 9 to 5 Rides never had a weekly meet at all this summer. I think maybe after years, like, well, it's a prior COVID year, so 2019, after when like, and if you watch my videos that year, you'll know that I talked about it all the time where we had to switch car meet locations like 3 different times because, you know, we had permission here, then the cops getting called because we had noise complaints, and then we eventually had to go to Fireman's Park because we actually had permission to be there and we couldn't get kicked out. But the only thing was we could only be there like 7 to 10, and then when the park closes, we had to leave. So I was kind of like, all right, whatever. So, but luckily they still had Storm the Falls this year. I think this one was a pretty good show because there was a really big turnout this year, even though it ended up raining a little bit. But other than that, it was still a great turnout. Exhaust comp was pretty good too, 2-step as well and everything. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, I really don't know how long the people still show up to the Lundy's Lane meet till, because I remember, I'm trying to think even like previous years how long, like I think like maybe, well, we first started ever going there in 2016. This was before I even started filming YouTube videos. I think like they went until like maybe like around this time, or like maybe like mid-October. And then like usually people are now like, you know, in the months of September and October, maybe like November here or there, people mostly having like their season closer meets now. Because I know that I remember like 4 years ago when I first had my beers, me and Ben went to one. It was the Strata, like the Strata West or Strata JBR meets and stuff. They had one, it was like the huge one up in Vaughan and everything, and I remember that being a huge turnout. And I don't know if any of those are going on this year at all. And I know there's always like ones that they have at the pits in Hamilton after like when there's like a big event at CSCS and everything. Because I remember, I think it was around like almost just over a year ago when me, Max, and Cooper went to watch drag races at CSCS, because that's the first time I've ever been to that Cayuga track. But it was a lot of fun there though. Definitely would like to go back there again. Maybe to track my beersy once today or not. But and today actually, before I get I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the how far are we in right now? Only 13 minutes. Wow, I feel like I've been talking for like 25 already. But okay, well, I think if it's not too windy, I think I'll probably go to the driving range after to get some practice before golf tomorrow, or might just smack a couple golf balls out in the orchards right now. And then, well, what time is it? So I have to leave. So I have to leave here in about 5 hours before the Preds game tonight. So that's what I always do. I always usually show up like 2 hours beforehand, make sure I have my laptop. Obviously, well, and again, once I'm done editing this video, I'll probably go upload at the arena, because obviously they got the Ethernet cable internet connection, so it'll go way faster than me doing it here for like 3.5 hours. And then get some lunch, and then yeah, it's pretty much maybe just chill for a bit, watch some YouTube. Maybe might clean my car off. I know it's been a little dirty because it got rained on the past like 2 days or whatever. But other than that, I feel like I had so much more to talk to before I went into this podcast. I feel like there's always something I'm missing, but I never get around to it. Yeah, I know it's just like I feel like I haven't been making, like I said before, like I know it feels like I haven't been making that many like day in the life videos. It's not that I don't have time to film videos. I just don't know what to film really. Like there's been a couple of videos I've been thinking of making, like reacting to my favorite TikTok videos, or I've been thinking of making a video about there's three YouTubers I like to watch: Curtis Connor, Drew Gooden, and Danny Gonzalez. And I've been thinking of making a video about like why they're such good YouTubers and why they have a lot of fans and everything. And maybe hopes of them maybe seeing the video and having maybe interviewing them on a podcast or something would be pretty dope. So we'll see. And then, yeah, because other than that, there won't be anything else. Oh, actually, well, it's one other thing I just remembered. So actually, no. I'll just pull up the calendar again. So actually, a week from this Sunday will be the first Sunday morning puck that we got going on. So I'm excited for this year. I think I need a new stick, honestly, because my blades, well, the newest one I bought, I think I bought it around like November last year, I think, because my brother needed a new stick because one Sunday morning he snapped his when his got caught in the back of the net and the blade snapped off. Because my first two Warrior ones that I got when I first started playing Sunday morning hockey like 4 years ago, the bottom part of the blade, like all the fiberglass is like tearing off. I have to keep like retaping over it, and one of these times I'm gonna take like a wrist shot or like receive a hard pass and it's just gonna snap off. And then my other one that I bought 3 years ago is like kind of doing the same shit all over again. It's like, it's like peeling at the bottom and stuff, or like there's a huge like slash mark like right like where the curve starts, and it looks like if someone hits it like perfectly right in there, it like the blades or the stick shaft is like snapping right off. So yeah, I might have to get, well, because I know my sister and I, well, mainly her, because she worked for the Canada Summer Games, she gets like 70% off at Sport Check, but I don't know if that's like the entire store and like if it involves like, sports equipment or hockey sticks. I mean, maybe it could be only like, 20 or 30% off a stick instead of like 70 or whatever. But again, Sport Check kind of always has like a little bit less of a selection than who is it than Source for Sports does, or Buckner's. So, and again, usually I would probably just get the Warrior stick anyways, because that's the one. Well, the first reason, because usually I always had CCM or like Bauer Vapor sticks. Usually those were my always go-to sticks when I was playing back in like high school for COIO. Then I stopped after high school and didn't play at all throughout college. And it wasn't until around this time 4 years ago when I graduated. Ben actually hit me up and he was like, oh, like, hey, are you playing in like a hockey pickup league? And all? I was like, nah, dude, like I haven't really tried my equipment on in like a couple of years maybe. I was like, everything still fits. The only thing I needed new at the time was I needed new elbow pads, and I got those, and then everything else still fit me, and I just needed a jersey for Sunday mornings. Then he's like, oh yeah, you can be on a red team because like we're looking for more guys. And I was like, okay, perfect. So then I ended up getting like a red Team Canada jersey from Sport Check at the time, and then I'm trying to think like what else I got, because oh yeah, that was when I got my first Warrior stick. That was like the more brighter blue with a bit of orange on it. So that's my first stick I've had for 4 years, and now that blade is finally starting to chip pretty bad. So, I mean, again, if it breaks, it breaks. I just get a new one. Because, again, Warrior is more along the cheaper side of hockey sticks. Because, again, I'm not like my brother. I'm going to spend like $290 or over $300 for a CCM Crosby stick or whatever. So I'll stick with my Backstrom Warrior stick. And because I think they have a newer model though. But the one I was looking at Sport Check when we last went, when they first had the 70% sale off, but I guess it's been extended now or whatever. But when we first went there, because my brother was looking for a new stick, because he was trying out for a junior C team, we were looking there, and like they didn't really have that like best selection. Like, and I saw like there's like the one that Marner promotes, or that he uses. It's like I don't know if it's CCM brand, but it's like the True stick, and I know he has like the same gloves of it. That one was decent looking and everything. It was like a yellow and like black and gold colored stick. But yeah, sometimes I as long as if it's got a decent grip to it and a good feel, and it's like the right flex, because usually I'm more of like I'm usually 70. I've been using the newest one, the Warrior one I got last year. I've been using that one is 75 flex, the yellow and black one. And the other two ones I got were 85 flex. So I could definitely feel the difference a bit. I'm not one of those 65 flex or 95 flex guys. I'd like to be in a little bit of the in between. And so yeah, if it breaks, I get a new one, or I could go up the road up to the falls to Buckner's and probably get a Warrior stick that's pretty dirt cheap there. Or at least probably get a discount on or something, or if it's like, priced down. But yeah, other than that, I don't really need it. I mean, actually, well, I just had to get some new hockey tape, and then this stick wax too as well, because this stuff smells so good, honestly. Okay, so I got that there, and then other than that, I mean, I don't need new skates because again, my feet are still. I think if anything, I maybe want a new helmet. Maybe. I mean, I don't want to put a visor in because I don't want to risk losing my teeth at all. I wore my dad's visor for one game because I think I let my brother use the GoPro for filming the one time, or the one time I wasn't. I think like I couldn't make it to one of the Sunday mornings, so I told my brother to take the GoPro instead, so he could just film some clips for me. And then what else? Yeah, I don't think there's any. I mean, maybe I could use a new chest protector. Other than that, I think I'm pretty much set for. Well, I have a red jersey. I got my Team Canada one, and then I've got. What is that? I can't even remember. I got my Olofsson jersey, or I have my Middlestat one in case if I get traded to blue at all. And then for Friday nights, if I have the occasional Friday off where the Preds don't have a hockey game that night, then I know I've been playing in Cooper and Max's league Friday nights. I only started doing that in it was like November, I think, last year when I first played in that, I think. Because it was the one time the Preds, or they had an away game that time. So I've been looking at their schedule, and I don't think they have that many Sunday games at all this year, because I mean there was the odd time they'd have like a Sunday like afternoon game or whatever, but I think most of their Sunday games are away now. And I'll try to go to at least one or two of their away games this year, because I feel like last year I didn't do that a lot, because again most of their away games were Saturdays when I'd be working and stuff, which is the unfortunate part. So try to make it work this year, at least to go to like one or two, maybe like at Streetsville or North York or something. Yeah, so we'll try to make that work this year. Yeah, I think I might cut this podcast a little. I think I'll go to like half an hour. I don't know. For some reason I thought I was going to talk about more in this video. I think if anything, I think maybe I might not live stream, but do a podcast if I have because I think what we're gonna do this year, I think we're gonna have another hockey fantasy draft for the for the Predators this year. And last year, I think I told you guys in a podcast or a video that I started out pretty shit in the first few weeks. I think I was like the bottom of the standings out of like 16 guys, and I think I ended up starting like the first few weeks in like 13th place, ended up finishing third in the entire league. So we'll try to recreate that success from last time. Football, I think I'm gonna finish in the bottom of the standings this year, unless my team guys fucking pick it up this year and miraculously just absolutely just destroy it on the field tomorrow, or on Sunday. But I guess oh jeez, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But so yeah, whenever we do the draft, because they haven't started yet. I mean, again, because hockey's still like more than like a few weeks away, because training camps have just started right now. Actually, I want to even know what the. I know my phone's charging. I just want to see what the what the first game is of that week. Uh, we have some preseason games tomorrow. I think. I want to say October 4th, I think, is the first day, I'm pretty sure. I think. I could be wrong, but anyways, before when we have our draft, I'll probably film a podcast and like kind of live stream it, I guess, and then show you guys what my fantasy team will be like. Hopefully I get a good, decent draft position, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Also, if you guys have noticed in my videos, so my girlfriend got this for me for my birthday. She got me the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet. This thing is so fucking sick. I built this. It took me like about 2.5 hours to build. I think I think an hour and 20 minutes. I think it was just so many like little pieces here and there, but I think it turned out pretty sick. So I can make it get the middle finger and shit, or make it do the peace sign or the. This thing is pretty dope though. I wish the only thing I wish is that the Infinity Stones actually like lit up or something. That'd be sick. But yeah, that's a cool little knick-knack to add to my room now. Oh, actually, one other thing I can so on this topic of sports wise, I think I might have to get rid of my Donovan Mitchell Utah Jazz jersey, because he got traded in, because everyone kept saying he was going to get traded to the Knicks. He's going to the Knicks for sure. And they were going to trade him to the Knicks to get RJ Barrett, 2 first-round picks, and then like one other guy. And I'm like, I don't know why the hell Utah said no to that, because RJ Barrett would be dope on Utah. Then they ended up trading him to Cleveland for like a bunch of like 2 scrub guys and then like 2 or 3 first-round picks. But I think they're in full rebuild mode after they traded Gobert too as well. So, I mean, I don't know. And again, I don't know how Utah's going to do this year. Maybe they could just tank and try to get the first overall pick or something. But yeah, it's unfortunate to see him go, because Donovan Mitchell was my favorite player on Utah. So, this does not mean I'm going to be a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, that's for sure. But yeah, it was unfortunate to see him go, because I've had his jersey. I've had that jersey for 3 years now. Yeah, I got that in March, I think, when we went to the Eden Center. Oh, after we went to the Hockey Hall of Fame that day. I remember at the Eden Center lids. The lids this year, like actually another player's jersey I want to get a Luka Doncic jersey. That'd be pretty dope. Or I want to get a Florida Panthers retro. Actually no, I can't get Jonathan Huberdeau because he's not in Florida anymore. Fuck. Well, I would maybe I might get like an Anton Lundell like Florida Panthers like retro jersey, because the Panthers do have some sick jerseys, or like get a Kirill Kaprizov Minnesota North Stars jersey, because I think this year they're trying to bring back those Adidas retro ones, and a couple of people I think like the Oilers have like a new alternate coming out. The Sabres are going back with the red, black, and white jerseys. They haven't showed the jerseys yet. They've just kind of done a little tease video and stuff. But they have, I think they have like 13 games, and they've like dated them when they're supposed to be happening. So we'll try to go to at least a couple Sabres games a year after, now we don't have to worry about the stupid bullshit COVID stuff at the border now. And even speaking of Bills games, before, I told my dad that if I do make bank or something, we should go to like a Bills road game, because going to like Miami tomorrow would be sick. Or actually no, they might be home tomorrow against Miami. I'm not exactly too sure on Sunday, but because the other away games they have are in Baltimore in 2 weeks, then I think January 2nd is the Bengals in Cincinnati. And then they have... Oh, actually, we're thinking about going to the Lions game, which is the American Thanksgiving. I said that'd be sick if we got like a huge party bus and like just like rotate up to like the Windsor border and just go... Because that's like the 12:30 game. So we just leave like super early in the morning, or we go like the day before and then just go to the game or whatever. Like that'd be fucking sick. But yeah, so I mean, could happen. You never know. Knock on wood. If I make bank this weekend on a parlay, so we'll see. Not making any promises, but will be super fun to go to. We're over at 31 minutes. Wrap it up. What to wrap it up with? Cars, Marvel. Concerts, no, I haven't really been to any concerts since Glass Animals. That was actually still a dope concert though. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think I'll just wrap it up here. I'll do another podcast probably sometime next week, maybe recapping the weekend of how the Preds game goes tonight and how golf was and how the Don't Worry Darling movie went. I'll probably make that on Tuesday or something, or maybe if I do a car podcast while I'm driving around or something, so we'll figure it out. But anyways, that's it for this podcast. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.